Welcome to Waves of Awareness, the podcast that is bringing the voices and personalities of people with disabilities to the community.
Listening along to learn more about the daily life of me and my friends, the resources available to us and our families, and how this podcast is chatting job for me and others with disability in this community.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Waves of Awareness. I am Staci Davis and we are here today with a full table. So let's start with those introductions so that we can get into today's topic. We're going to start off with Mr. Johnny Sunshine. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Got me?
Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks for being here, John.
Oh, okay. That's good.
We also have Mr. Adam. Adam, can you say hi?
Yes, Stacy. Hey, I love you, me missy bunker.
Thank you, Adam. We also have Mr. Roger. Hey, Roger, how are you today? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, guys. We have Daffy Duck.
How y'all doing?
Okay.
You know what?
What's that,
My
Roger?
cousin sitting right there.
I know. We're about
He's
to...
my second cousin. And my nephew, Justin, is Kenny Waters.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we're about to get to that introduction of your cousin. Spoiler. Let's introduce everybody else at the table real quick. We also have Mr. Eric Sneed. How are you, Eric?
Okay.
You doing okay today?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're here. We also have Mr. Jimmy Parnell.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Thanks for being here, Jimmy. And we also have Miss Hannah Rose. Hannah, how are you?
Fine.
Good. And then, as Roger teased us with earlier, we have Mr. Gary Anderson today, cousin of Roger and brother of Jeff. How are you, Gary?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Good. We're so glad you're here, too. So, you have a special story, and guys, whenever you're ready, you can jump in with any questions that you have for Mr. Gary.
Hey, Adam.
But
You know
I'll
what?
start
Yeah,
us
that's good.
off
You
real
did it.
quick.
That's right, Adam.
I'll start us off real quick with a little question. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your brother, Jeff?
Yes, Jeff and I are 2 years apart. Our mom and dad got married when my mom was 16 years old, which is very unusual now, but back then it was not unusual at all. Mm-hmm. And so I was born a year later in New York, where my dad was stationed in the Army. We moved back to Tennessee. They built a little house in Fairview, and Jeff was born on their anniversary 2 years later. So he's 2 years older, and Jeff and I grew up together sharing a bedroom. Mm-hmm. Because we only had 4 rooms in our house. Mm-hmm. So we shared a bedroom. We also shared a double bed for a lot of those years. They finally got us twin beds because Jeff snored. And then, so we grew up, and we had a good journey together. Jeff has always been special. When he was born, my parents were told he wouldn't live to be 16. And they didn't take that to heart. Jeff is now 64 years old and doing really well. So he's been a special person to us. And so we grew up doing everything together. He was never treated any differently than the rest of us. He was disciplined like we were. He went on every vacation with us. Mm-hmm. And so he grew up loving Dolly Parton, loving blondes. If you're a blonde, you could get a marriage proposal from Jeff if you're blonde.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. And and Roger is my cousin, and he and Jeff share a home now at the group home. So that's ironic how that's all come together. But we had a really good childhood together, and I didn't get my own room till I was probably a senior in high school.
Oh, wow.
And so we shared a room, and it was funny when my wife and I met. Jeff liked to rock, and he hummed. Mm-hmm. And he'd have a hum while he was rocking, and she said, "Does that bother you?" And I'm like, "Does what bother me? I never heard it." She said, "The humming." I'm like, "I don't even pay attention to it." Mm-hmm. But we had a really good childhood growing up together. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hannah, do you want to ask a question, like maybe number 2?
Yeah. Okay. What has your journey been like as Jeff's brother?
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and we did everything really together. We went on vacations together. we went to Florida a lot, and Jeff had an inner tube, and he would either be in the pool or the ocean, one of the two.
Wow.
In the pool. And so he loved that. But it's been really good being Jeff's brother, and that's what I am now. I'm known as, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm known as Jeff's brother. So
Yeah.
it is very special. Yeah.
And I got something on that comments. And Jeff also a big Tennessee fan.
Yes, sir. He is a big Tennessee fan. Absolutely.
Because I know we tease him every single day about his orange and white.
Yep.
Orange and white. Tennessee. I thought I'd just throw that in. And what are some of the biggest joys and challenges you have experienced
Well,
with Jeff?
we've had a lot of joys together because we did a lot of travel together, but all of y'all remember Opryland theme park?
I do.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? We hated it when it went away. So when we would go to the Opryland theme park, because Jeff was in a wheelchair, we got to go on the rides through the exit. So we never had to wait in any lines. So we would go through the exits, and all of us that were with Jeff, we got to go, and they gave us a flag. And once you got on the ride, if you wanted to keep riding the ride, you just held up your flag. So every time we went to Opryland, we made sure Jeff was with us. And if you were on a big ride where there was more than our family there, of course, they would get to ride with us as well. So everybody wanted to be with us. The rest, say, could we go the rest of the day? Yeah, so we had a lot of fun doing that. The challenges for me were trying to understand, when I was young, his challenges. You know, he couldn't do a lot of the things that we all could do. And he had a tremendous amount of surgeries when he was young. And when he would have the surgeries, he'd have to go to rehab. And it was always at the junior league home where they took him to rehab. And it was difficult for me to understand because he was gone for a period of time. We couldn't go in because we weren't young enough to go in. We'd have to see him from the windows. And so the challenges for me was understanding why he had to go through some of those things. And all of that was just so he could learn how to walk on a walker. And he went through so much, but I learned to appreciate the simple things that we all can do because of the challenges that he went through, just to be able to walk with a walker and those type of things. Yeah.
How long is Jeff?
Jeff is 64 years old.
Hey.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me.
He's getting Roger.
Can Roger say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all know Gary is Ken Fitch, my cousin. And I lost a brother-in-law named Morris. He said, Justin and Tim and Clifford said, Uncle Bones, you too old to be a cop. I said, I'm going to take your daddy's place, Tony.
Oh.
Tony said, Uncle Bones, you getting old. You don't want to be a cop.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't do.
Yeah,
I still got my police jacket.
Yep, wearing it today.
Remember him.
Family's really special, isn't it, Roger? Yeah. Adam, do you have a question for Mr. Gary? Maybe number 4?
You ain't about hound dog.
How did your family first get concerned in with Wave?
Well, when Jeff was really young, he went to a special school in Nashville where he learned to read and do a lot of the other things he could do, and took a lot of physical therapy there. But when he got to be a teenager, there was really nowhere for him to go. There was nowhere he could go to socialize or be involved in activities or work. So I think Waves was established in 74, if I'm not mistaken, and Jeff came to join Waves in 78. And so that gave Jeff a place to go, to be social with his peers. Activities were there every day, so it allowed him to continue to grow instead of sitting at home and doing nothing and being idle. And so, and the Waves people became his family. They just became a family, and they still are today, which is easy to see as we're here today, how everybody is a family. And so as my dad and mom got older, our mom passed away, and we became more involved in Jeff's care. And my wife and I got more involved with Waves because we were interactive a lot more then. And we got to see a lot of what they did for him. And so that was our first interaction with Waves, just when he first started here. And like I say, that was 1978. So that's been a long time, long time.
Hey, Gary. Hey, what
Can I
have
ask something?
Jeff parents
Mom and Daddy used
been
to
like
they
with Wave?
start this group home long time ago.
Say that one more time, Roger. Both, I think you and Adam were going at the same time. If you want to ask your or say your statement, Roger, and then we'll go back to Adam's question. What was that? No? Can Adam ask it? You want Adam to ask his question?
Yes. What?
My nephew is
Yes.
Justin. He's kindergartners now. Ain't that right, Gary?
That is right. Sure is.
He's kindergartners. Looks like him, sing like him, looks like him. He's my nephew. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that.
What has Jeff Spencer been like with Wave?
Well, Jeff's experience has been great. Like I said before, this has become his family. He looks forward to the activities he gets to do, to seeing everybody every day. And not only did we get to enjoy Waves Day Program, but when my dad passed away, he had always told me to not bring Jeff into our home. And it would have been very difficult because I was traveling extensively for my business. My wife's working full time. We didn't have the capacity to take care of Jeff on a daily basis. So God works in mysterious ways in that we were able, a spot came open in the group home in Fairview. And so we did all the applications. Jeff got in, and he's been living in that group home ever since. And it was a dream come true for him because he always told my mom and dad he wanted his own place like I had and my sister had. So this became Jeff's own place. And there again, that became a family. So he's got somebody taking care of him 24 hours a day, and honestly, that love Jeff like we love Jeff. And that is, I've seen that in action. It's true, very true. And what a comfort for us is to know that he has that place, he has a home, and what a burden was lifted from us. And even though we're still actively involved in his care, we take him to all his doctor's appointments, very active in everything he does. It's like we have a partner now, and we couldn't do it without him, no doubt.
How?
Hey, Adam, what if we let Hannah ask a question?
Yeah.
Maybe Hannah, do you want to ask one?
Yeah.
Maybe number 6?
Yeah.
How has Waves supported both Jeff and your family over the years?
Years.
Well, when you say years, it has been years. Jeff came here the same year I got married, and I've been married a long time. Not really, but it's been 46 years. When you think about it, that's a long time. Jeff's been involved with Waves, and I think it's helped him grow and continue to be active. I don't think he would be where he is today if he hadn't been in the Waves program. And for us, like to say, living in the group home has been a godsend for us, and all the activities that he gets to do. Special Olympics was a big part of what he did, and they were up until just a couple of years ago when where he couldn't do it. So he was involved in that. So it's been a great support for us all these years, and it still is today. Still is great support for us.
Yeah, I mean, as humans, we all need socialization and community and interactions with other people, regardless if you have a disability or not. So
Right.
I love
And
that.
the one thing about the group home is they all become brothers and sisters there.
Oh, yeah.
Roger lives there with Jeff now. Vonda's there, and I can get Vonda fired up in about 2 minutes. Once I get there to the home, but they become like a family, and I'll go pick Jeff up every holiday, birthdays, whatever. I go pick Jeff up, and when I'm leaving, never fails, one of them says, make sure you bring him back. They want to make sure Jeff's coming home. And that just shows you what a special place it is for him. And he's ready to go home. He comes and spends half a day with us. About lunchtime, after lunch, I say, Jeff, you want to spend time with us a little longer? You want to go home? He's like, I want to go home. So he's ready to go.
And you do not want to get Vonda fired up. Because once you do, she's gone. She's on the road.
Now, Miss Vonda's not here to fend for herself, so let's not talk about her. Do you have another question for Gary? Yeah, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, no more sorry.
Yeah.
What are any specific stories or moments with Waves that are out that stands out to you?
Well, one of the things that stands out is every Halloween. And they pick Jeff's outfit for him, and we don't get to see the outfit to that day, or they send us pictures if we happen to be out of town. So Jeff has been everything in this world, but I think one of the things that stands out is the activities and those parties, and especially the ones like the Halloween where they're so interactive and they have music, and those are memories for them. And like I say, Jeff has been so many things on Halloween. We got my wife's scrapbook, and she's got the scrapbook of him and everything that he's been. So I think those moments are special. But the other things that they do is going outside. Like I say, Jeff's a big Tennessee fan. And a few years ago, somehow they got tickets to the Vanderbilt Tennessee football game. And he got to go to that football game. I didn't get to go, but he got to go. And so he went to that. And then they also got tickets to go to the Predators hockey games. And so he just had a blast going to that. And, without the Waves interaction, something he probably would have never done. So those are special things that he gets to do, being a part of that Waves family.
Yeah, I got to go to that Preds game with them, and I can confirm he had a blast.
Yes, he normally does. He normally does. Yeah.
They didn't account for us coming in with wheelchairs, and so the seats that they had given us weren't accessible. And so Jeff had amazing seats because they just put them much closer to the ice. Like, it was great. We were like, we need to sneak down there and get closer to where they are.
Yeah, he's been wearing Predator stuff ever since.
Oh, yeah.
He's been wearing
loves
Predator
it.
stuff ever since.
But
Adam, do you have a question?
what advice would you give our ability, private with ability?
Well, I will say this. When you're outside of living with somebody or knowing somebody that, quote unquote, has a disability or what other people would call special needs, you don't really understand till you really get around that group. And one thing about it, you don't want those people to special needs to become isolated themselves. They need the interactions with each other and become like this family of Waves is a family. And that's so important for them. And also just to treat them just like they're part of the family. That's what our family did. If we went to eat, Jeff went to eat. If we went on vacation, Jeff went on vacation. There was no difference made. And I told Staci the story of my granddaughters. I have two granddaughters, and when they were young, they had the art contest. which they displayed the art in Franklin. So we went that night, and I brought Jeff's art. It cost me a lot of money, but I bought his art. But they were with us, and on the way up there, we were talking about we were going because these were people with special needs. And she said, well, why is Jeff special needs? She had no clue. He was just Jeff. And so I would say just they're special people. They're individuals just like everybody else. Make sure they have some involvement with each other and get them involved in this type program. That way they're not isolated. They can grow and they don't feel like different people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Gary. I really appreciate you sharing your story and more about Jeff's life. And we have a full table of folks that receive services in lots of different ways here at Waves. Would y'all say that y'all have as much fun as Jeff? Maybe? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a Jeff made. Jeff made.
What about Jeff?
Yeah, how much they weigh?
How much does he weigh?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Too much. When I try to get him in the car, he weighs too much.
Adam, you have a question?
Grandpa, Jared died.
Say it one more time for me.
Jared uphill died.
You have a dog?
Yeah, uphill.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. So we've talked to Gary. He shared the story. Does anybody have any other questions for Gary about Jeff? We won't stray too far into every other area of your life.
Yeah.
My name is John. Sunshine.
That's right. You're sitting by Johnny Sunshine. And or if you don't have a question for Gary, do you have something that's going on in your life that you want to share with us at the table and our listeners?
Well, I got a few things, yeah.
Okay, John.
Okay. Well, let you know, Jesus Christ love you, Jesus Christ love you, Jesus Christ I love you. They call me Johnny Sunshine. I shine all the time, night, all day. Well, I went riding today, went to Walmart, and I got around. I speak to a lot of people, and they bought things. They all know me, and I saw my friend named Austin, that's Maddie's husband, and seen her daughter. They were buying some stuff and all kind of stuff. They recognized me. I said, "Hey, Austin, I see you. How you doing?" He said, "I'm fine, John." And that was pretty cool, and though he had a big red beard. You know, it's amazing, but God. It's amazing. It's amazing. But he had to get it cut because he had to go back to work and like that.
Is it big and red like
Yeah. You hear me? Okay, yeah. I'm not talking about you. No, not that kind. And he was pretty cool, though. I liked him, and we like that, and we talked. And then I listened to my show on Shackle about, oh my God, these people come on Shackle, they get saved for grace, and it was so beautiful. Then I went down in the sea. I can't get it out. I had to get me a hanger. So I hope she can get a hanger. If I can find some hanger, I can get it out. Oh, it slipped down there by the sea. I have to get that out with a hanger if I can. And we went right around. It's like when, man, it's like the road going forever. It's really amazing. You look on the map, it's like Nashville, man. You know how big Nashville's getting. Roads are widening more. It's mind-boggling. Everything is. You can't go on the map. Oh, that's how big it is. No, man, it's a lot bigger than you think. Yeah, it's fun to ride. It's beautiful out in Nashville. It really is. Yeah, but you got to pick out my gas, you do too. Oh boy. Okay, that's my second for now. Go ahead.
Me are going with my mom. I go out to eat.
Okay.
Me are going to shopping. Me are with my mom and Gary. Me I go with Walmart. Gary. Me. I love you, Missy Bunker.
Jimmy, you got something?
Yeah. I Kelly, this is for you, Kelly. You know, I'm the official aim trainer for Fairview, Tennessee.
That's good.
See, and we, I work with the state of Tennessee. See, too, and what we do there is we we do something with everybody goals, and we look at them. And every month we have a meeting. Every month on 30th and Thursday afternoons about 3:00. And it's tomorrow afternoon at 3:00. Fourth Thursday of every month. And I have made business cards I'll give you. And so they bought me a backpack and all stuff of mold. And they gave me a thing of business cards too. Yep.
Yeah, so those that are interested in learning more about AIM, which stands for Advocacy in Motion, scroll back in the episodes. We've got an episode a little bit further back where Jimmy tells us all about what AIM is and how he supports the community and is an advocate for himself. Yeah. Cool. Hannah, do you have any life stories that you want to share or anything going on that you want to share with everybody?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. You can think about it for some more. How about you, Eric?
No?
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go ahead if you got something.
Say about what?
Okay. Well, I mean, just do you have anything going on right now that you want to share? Anything exciting happening in your life?
I'm a singer.
You're a singer?
Yeah.
What you been singing?
Country.
Country.
Hank?
Hank?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good artist to sing.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other updates before we sign off? Oh, one more from Adam.
Go ahead, Adam.
Let go. Back here.
Okay.
I'm all like you. I know. Little Bommy, call me Bunway.
Okay.
Gary, shopping.
Y'all want to hear 2 more funny stories about Jeff?
Ooh,
Do we have
yeah.
time?
Yeah, we've got time.
All right. So when Jeff was young, we would go places. We all went together, and Mom
Let
and-
me, John Cheshire.
Wait, let him talk. Let him talk.
Thank you, John.
Go ahead. You talk.
So-
Go ahead.
Thank you. So
That's when he was young. He's not young now. He's 64.
that's right. He ain't young anymore.
You 66.
How did you know that?
2000.
You said 2 years. Very good. You were paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I
John-
look 66?
John gets
Nope,
the
you
details.
look fine. You got
Thank
$2
you so
grand.
much. Thank you
Maybe,
so much.
2 go. Wow.
Thank you
I'm
so
proud
much.
of you.
Thank you so much. I like John.
Well, that's why they call me Johnny Sunshine.
John Sunshine, right. So when Jeff was young, we would go in the car. We would wait outside while Mom and Dad were in SG Hills grocery store. If you're old enough to know that, you're pretty old. But so all the pretty girls that would go in, we would have Jeff yell at them.
Oh, wow.
And so most of them would just wave or walk by, whatever. But one of them came back out one day, and she walked over to the car, and she said, "I saw your mom and dad in the store, and they said you're in trouble." Jeff almost died right there. Yeah. We couldn't get him to yell anymore for some time after that. But the other thing we used to do, y'all remember Giant Foods was in 100 Oaks? 100 Oaks Mall. All of y'all are too young to remember that. But anyway, there was a big...
I remember that place.
You remember Giant Foods?
No, we're small.
Oh, the 100 Oaks Mall. Yeah, it was cool. So in Giant Foods, because a big grocery store, one of the biggest in Nashville when it first came, well, Jeff was in what they call a Hoke chair then, because he was smaller. So me and my buddy, Mickey, this sounds kind of mean, but Jeff enjoyed it. But we would find aisles that were empty, and while they were shopping, and we would take Jeff and lay him on his back in the middle of the aisle and walk away.
Oh, gosh.
And Jeff would be like, hey, where'd y'all go? Of course, we went back and got him and picked him up, and we'd say, and it sounds mean, but we'd say, hey, you want to do that again? He said, yeah. So yeah, it was just.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
We want to do it again tomorrow?
Oh, no.
No, I'll do it again tomorrow. I'll lay my on payment.
Okay. Jimmy, I kind of like to see that.
Okay, Gary, I'll let you know what y'all gonna do.
Okay.
Do what? Pay on payment.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll lay you on payment.
But one last thing I'll add is
You're gonna break it.
the Waves people are special. All of their workers care so much about the clients that they care for. And you can see that, and we've experienced it, and it's across the board. And they love the clients. And Jeff experiences that, and he loves them. And so support Waves any way you can.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you Gary.
Yeah.
Gary.
I'm Jeff's brother anymore.
Thank you, Jeff's brother. Yeah, thank you so much.
I hope he's not any trouble with his girls. Hope he said, look, it's no misunderstanding. You better tell it, Pam. I feel better.
We had to beg out of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, and look, I'm sorry, you ladies like that. You just can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam's got one more comment.
And then it's just pointing out my dog. And name is Baloo.
Blue. Well, thank you for that introduction, Adam, to Blue, the dog.
And then just pointing out mom.
Yes.
And just pointing out mom, dad here.
All right. Well, Gary, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad Jeff out of trouble. There's two ladies.
That is another episode with Waves of Awareness. We're so glad that you're listening. Tune in next week for another episode. Everybody want to say bye? Say bye.
Bye.
God bless you. Talk to you later.
Hey, I like you, mother.
You were making fun.
Thanks for turning into another episode of Waves of Awareness. We are glad you're here till next time.
Waves of Awareness is a Waves Inc. podcast and made possible thanks to Spread the Positive, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, and Tennessee's Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. For more information, visit us online at www.wavesinc.com/podcast.